What's up, everyone? So as you can see, this is my before and after comparison. It's been about 3 to 4 months that I've been doing things to stop the hair loss and to regrow my hair again. I tried my best to get the same lighting, took all the before and after pictures in the morning time and in the same angles too. Yes, my hair is slightly shorter in the afters, but in my opinion, it's a damn good comparison. Right? Some people, they be putting pictures up and before they have this really, really short hair, excuse me, and then after they have this ridiculously long hair where it's like, hey, buddy, we can't tell if you actually grew hair or not. Look, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not trying to scam you. I'm not trying to promote this magical idea that you can grow all your hair back. I'm just sharing my experience and what works for me. All right, now, before I tell you what exactly I do to stop my hair loss and to regrow my hair, I want to tell you the backstory to everything, because I feel like the most value is in that backstory and it results to everything. Now, if you don't have patience, then by all means, go ahead and fast forward the video. But I do recommend that you listen to the story. Like I said, it has the most value in terms of how you can effectively stop your hair loss and regrow your hair. Now, around 3 to 4 months back, I ended up eating some shroomies with a friend of mine over in Arizona, and in this trip, I realized how fucked I was internally, right? Like inside, I realized how messed up things were and what was happening externally, like on the outside of my body, was a result of what was happening internally in my body. So yes, you could not care about the hair loss. You could accept it, which I do recommend. You know, like if you are losing your hair, you should be all right with the possibility that you might not grow back your hair. You might lose it all, right? It's not that big of a deal. But the fact that you are losing your hair should let you know that there's something going on deeper inside you that you need to take care of, right? And people always tell you, oh, it's genetics, it's genetics. Well, genetics is a very small factor here, right? Because if we have two people and they're both living the same lifestyle and they're both eating the same exact nutrition, if one of these people have the genetics to lose their hair, well, this lifestyle and this nutrition will basically cause them to start losing their hair, right? It all goes down into epigenetics. Now, I'm not gonna go too far into it, but basically epigenetics is like you have this gene, right? And you have two sides of the gene, and certain lifestyle, certain nutrition will cause one side of the gene to basically express itself. And then if you change the lifestyle, if you change the nutrition, it will shut off that side of the gene and cause the other side to turn on. And that's, I believe, gene expression. But aside from that, the genetics play a small role. It just means that that same nutrition and lifestyle that the other person was having that wasn't affecting them, they can't do the same thing. They have to change it up slightly in order to change up their gene expression to where they don't lose their hair. All right, now, I've done a lot of research. I've even bought some of these things, I'm not even gonna say the names, I'm not gonna throw shit on them, but basically I was buying these programs and these ebooks and all these things to like regrow your hair, because after the shroom trip, after I realized like, yo, like there's something that I gotta change here, I wanted to see other people's perspective. I wanted to see, okay, what are these people talking about? Okay, what exactly are they saying that's gonna stop the hair loss? And obviously a lot of it boiled down to the nutrition and the lifestyle. But an even bigger thing that I was finding is the calcification and the there's another word for it. It's fibrosis. Yeah, the calcification and fibrosis of the scalp itself. So basically, before I started doing what I'm doing, my scalp was very, very tight. Like it on the sides, I could squeeze easily, but when it came to the top, I couldn't squeeze at all. And after about 3 to 4 months of doing this, my scalp is ridiculously elastic now, right? And it's just like very movable. And what I realized is that this calcification and this fibrosis, it's not allowing proper blood flow to go through our head, right? And when there's not enough blood flow because of this calcification and fibrosis, what ends up happening is your body releases more DHT. Now, this is all theoretical, right? This is my theory, and this is what I've come to see as to how it works, and how I basically stopped the hair loss and started regrowing the hair. So keep in mind that this is just theoretical, not 100% true, but not 100% false, right? So your body releases more DHT to basically reduce the inflammation that's being caused up here, right? If you look into it, DHT it also acts as an anti-inflammatory. And when all this DHT is being released, it's all going up here to be able to reduce the inflammation. But because it can't reduce the inflammation, because the lifestyle you live and the nutrition that you eat keeps creating more and more inflammation within the body, the fibrosis, you're not actively taking care of it, the calcification, you're not actively taking care of it, so it stays inflamed, causing more and more DHT to come up. Since there's no blood flow to circulate the DHT, then you end up having weakened follicles, and the hair begins to become thinner and thinner and thinner until eventually you have no hair, right? And it's a crazy process, because it's just a matter of cutting off all the inflammation that's occurring in the body and changing your nutrition and your lifestyle. It's literally that simple. Oh, and breaking the fibrosis and the calcification that's occurring within the scalp. So yeah, like I was saying, I did all this research. I found all these methods. There's this one where it's like balayam, where you're literally rubbing your fingernails together, and a lot of people think that's trash, but it's an Ayurvedic technique, and it's literally like acupuncture, but you're not sticking needles within your nails. You're literally creating friction to create a vibration within the actual nerve endings in your fingers that are connected to the nerve endings in your head. Now, it sounds like a lot of shit, to be honest, but I did it for a while. It does work, but let's be honest, yo, like, who wants to spend 30 minutes to an hour doing this every single day for the rest of their life just so they can have hair? Right? It's not practical. It's not something that anyone wants to do. Another thing that I came across were scalp massages, where you're going like this, and then you are also like pulling it apart and then doing this type of motion right here. And while that may work for some, it's too time consuming. It was having me do that twice a day for 20 minutes each day, and it was ridiculous. And I also found that it was too hard on my scalp. It was actually causing too much inflammation, therefore causing more hair loss. See, the key is to create slight inflammation, very, very slight inflammation, that'll cause more blood to flow to break up the fibrosis and the calcification. Now, what I do for this, I actually got from this guy here on YouTube. His name is Dimitri something. I'll link his channel in the description box down below. But he was basically referring to using a hairbrush, Right now, this is a wooden hairbrush. It has, I don't know if you guys can see that. It has wooden bristles. By far, it's a gift, right? This is the best thing in this world, and I'll spend anywhere from like, I don't even count the time anymore, but I want to say it's like 2 to 5 minutes, and I'll do it like once or twice a day. Sometimes I feel like once is enough. Sometimes I feel like, hey, I'm gonna do it a second time. But you literally just start with nice and easy. Just kind of get some blood flowing in there. And then as, you do this for, let's say 30 seconds or a minute, then you can start at the hairline and then work your way through the whole front, then to the back, the edges, and then the rest of it. And what I'll do is, for this moment, I'll kind of put some pressure, and instead of just trying to like rub crazy, I'll do this and kind of try to like move the skin around. And I'll just kind of like move it like so. It's not rocket science, it's very, very simple. And this causes the fibrosis and calcification to break up. And what else can I say here? Yeah, once I do that throughout the entire thing, then I'll just kind of go through the entire hair. Like I said, if you watch the dude's video, he literally says the same thing, so I can't take credit for this. This is all of him, but I found that this is the exact same thing as the scalp massages, and it works 100 times better. It's 100 times more efficient because you can do it in way less of time. You can do it in like 2 to 5 minutes. But yes, that's one of the things that I do. The second thing that I do is nutrition, right? So I found that I had digestive issues, and then I also found that I was reacting to a lot of foods. I just didn't know which foods I was reacting to. So what I did is I did an elimination diet, and I did the most extreme elimination diet that I could possibly do, and I'm still on it at the moment. But what it is the carnivore diet. Now, a lot of people won't agree with it. Sorry, vegans. I was vegan for a long time, coming to realize that vegetables just don't work in my body. But after being carnivore, literally like all this inflammation, all this water weight just completely left my body. I went from weighing 174, and after about 2-3 weeks, I weigh 155, 156. So huge drop in inflammation, and the difference that I saw in terms of like hair regrowth, the way the scalp felt, just the way the hair started growing back, it was like a day and night thing once I cut off all the inflammation. Excuse me, but yeah, see, I tried going full vegan again after coming back from the shroom trip. I felt like, okay, I'm gonna go full vegan. This is the healthiest alternative route here, and I'm gonna regrow all my hair. And then as I was doing it, I was like, well, the hair loss is getting worse. So then I added meats back in, but still with a lot of carbs and a lot of vegetables and all this stuff. And what I noticed is that it slightly got better, but I could still tell that it was struggling, right? And then the moment that I switched over from all that to the carnivore diet, which is pretty much just meat, right? There's nothing else included. It's just meat, and it was like I said, a day to night type change. It was ridiculous, right? And I want to throw in there that the less you do, the better results you'll have, right? We tend to like find things, or we tend to get like anxious and we want results quicker, but our scalp is very sensitive, and you have to realize that what has been occurring here has been occurring for a long ass time. So you can't expect to regrow your hair back like that. You have to be really, really fucking soft and gentle and just give it some love and care, because the more you do for it, you're probably gonna increase the hair loss even further and not even, stop the hair loss and regrow the hair. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, so just kind of bear with me here. So first thing that I did was the scalp, right? The brush, massages. Second thing I did was change my nutrition. Third thing I did was hydration, right? Our bodies need water. We always need water. But what I really, really found to be extremely, extremely helpful is that whenever you go through periods where you sweat a lot or you're putting in a lot of work, let's say you're exercising, you're lifting weights, you're going running, you're swimming, or just something where you're really putting in work and you're using up the HGO that's in your body, grab some salt, right? Grab like a pinch of salt and put it in your water, and that literally adds in terms of the electrolytes, and it helps you, it makes a world of a difference in terms of your hydration levels. And if your hydration levels are shit, then your scalp is gonna suffer. Another thing that I want to add is that the scalp massages with the brush, that'll take care of the fibrosis and the calcification. Also make sure that the water head of your shower is softens the water, or just make sure that you're using soft water versus hard water, because the hard water is what causes the calcification of the scalp. And if you're using hot water all the time and then washing your hair with shampoo and conditioner with the hot water that's hard, that causes calcification. So try to use more like lukewarm, cold water on your scalp if you can't do a water softener or something like that. But the brush will definitely take care of that. You also want to make sure that you're taking care of any issues you have. Like if you have, let's say, dandruff or something like that, you want to make sure you're taking care of that. So I have pretty bad dandruff on my head, and what I use is a natural shampoo that's a clarifying shampoo. It's not an anti-dandruff shampoo, because those end up actually make you have more dandruff. It's a shampoo that clarifies the dead skin cells but still nourishes the scalp. There's plenty of them on Amazon. Go on Google and just search them up, find several of them, try them out, see which one works for you. I'm not gonna say which one I use specifically, because people always feel like other people are trying to do like affiliate links, and I'm keeping it real, right? I'm keeping it extremely real for you guys. Another thing that I do is I exercise a lot, right? I increase the blood flow within my body on a daily basis. Every single day I'm doing something where I am in motion and I am increasing that blood flow. And I also do yoga and meditation. These things work extremely well at reducing stress levels. Now, keep in mind, the more stress you have, the more inflammation that's caused within your body. So the less stress you have, the less inflammation. And if you're eating good, obviously you're not gonna have that extra inflammation, and you're giving your body a chance to heal itself. All right, that's why I say that you don't have to do much to actually heal your head. You don't have to do much to stop your hair loss and start regrowing your hair, right? So if you can take away anything from this video, to summarize it all, make sure you're eating good, right? Make sure that the foods that you're eating aren't causing inflammation within your body. Make sure you're actively reducing inflammation. So like if you do have inflammation within your body, make sure you're doing yoga, meditation, or just some form of relaxation. And if you're not gonna do carnivore, make sure you include anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, ginger, and stuff like that. My mind is literally trash right now because I got so much running through it. Make sure that you do something that gets your blood flowing every single day. Make sure your hydration is on point, and make sure that you are using a brush to do the scalp massages. Now, go on Amazon, look up a wooden brush with wooden bristles, and you'll be good. And the last thing is just go into it with acceptance, right? Like, if you lose your hair, you lose your hair. If you keep your hair, you keep your hair. Either way, it doesn't really fucking matter, right? You just gotta be happy with the cards that you're dealt, honestly. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Do hope you liked the video. I know it was kind of all over the place, but I tried my best, right? If you like the video, make sure to like the video. If you like the content, make sure to subscribe. If you've done this and it works for you, or if you're gonna do this and you start seeing improvements for yourself, by all means share this video, because everybody deserves to have this knowledge. Everybody deserves to have a choice whether they want to keep their hair or just let the hair completely go. And with that, remember guys, that the time is now.